Skol Nation, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you will send shockwaves through every purple-blooded heart from Minneapolis to Mankato. The Minnesota Vikings are sitting on a powder keg of explosive developments that could reshape our entire 2025 season. And trust me, you are not ready for what's coming. Picture this: our young signal caller is making bold declarations that have the entire organization buzzing. While across the league, a legendary quarterback just made a move that puts us directly in the crosshairs of an epic overseas showdown that will define legacies. But wait, there's more. Our front office just pulled off a masterclass financial maneuver that's got every analyst scratching their heads and asking, what are the Vikings planning? And the answer involves a defensive game changer that could lock down our secondary like Fort Knox. Skol Nation, I'm telling you right now, this is the most electrifying combination of news that could hit our franchise at the perfect time. We've got youth meeting experience, strategy meeting opportunity, and destiny meeting determination, all wrapped up in one incredible package that's about to explode across the NFL landscape. You think you know what's happening in the Twin Cities? Think again. The pieces are falling into place for something absolutely spectacular, and every single member of Skol Nation needs to be locked in for this ride, because what happens next will echo through Vikings history forever. Hit that like button if you're ready to ride with Skol Nation through this incredible journey. Drop a comment below with your predictions because this is just the beginning. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? This is the content that separates real Vikings fans from the pretenders. But here's the thing that's going to blow your mind. Our young quarterback just revealed something that sent chills down my spine and should have every Vikings fan ready to run through a brick wall. You ready for this bombshell? Skol Nation, meet your warrior. McCarthy just dropped the most emotionally charged statement that perfectly captures what it means to bleed purple and gold. This 22-year-old quarterback, who is supposed to be our future, is now stepping into the present with the heart of a Viking warrior. When asked about his biggest goal for this debut season, McCarthy didn't talk about stats, didn't mention Pro Bowls, didn't even bring up playoffs. He said something that should make every single member of Skol Nation stand up and salute. My biggest goal is to just go to war with my brothers, have an opportunity to go out there and shed some blood with them. Really hurt last year. Not doing that. Do you hear that, Skol Nation? This is not your typical quarterback speak. This is a man who understands what it means to wear the purple and gold. McCarthy spent an entire season watching from the sidelines with a torn meniscus, watching Sam Darnold lead our team while he healed. And you know what that did? It didn't break him. It forged him into pure Viking steel. The former Michigan Wolverine, who led his college team to a championship with a ridiculous 72.3% completion percentage, isn't just ready to play football. He's ready to go to war for Skol Nation. This is the same quarterback who threw for nearly 3,000 yards and 22 touchdowns in his final college season, proving he's got the arm and the accuracy to lead us to victory. But here's what makes this even more incredible. McCarthy was our number 10 overall pick in 2024, and many believed he needed time to develop. Well, Skol Nation, that development time is over. Kevin O'Connell has been working with this young gunslinger, and now he's ready to prove that the Vikings made the right choice when they drafted him. The passion in his voice when he talks about going to war with his teammates, that's not coached, that's not scripted, that's pure heart. That's the kind of leadership that turns good teams into great teams and great teams into champions. But wait until you hear what just happened. That's going to make McCarthy's debut season even more legendary. The football gods just aligned the stars for an epic confrontation that will test our young quarterback like nothing else. Skol Nation, hold on to your horns because the NFL just delivered us the ultimate test for our young warrior. Aaron Rodgers, yes, that Aaron Rodgers, just signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And guess what that means for us? We're about to witness the most epic quarterback showdown in Dublin, Ireland, that will have the entire football world watching. This isn't just any game, Skol Nation. This is destiny calling. In Week 4, September 28th, McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings will face Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers at Croke Park in Dublin for the first ever NFL game in Ireland. A 22-year-old rising star going head-to-head with a 41-year-old legend in the most picturesque setting imaginable. But here's where this gets absolutely incredible. This will be the second straight year we face Aaron Rodgers overseas. Last season, we demolished him and the New York Jets in London, and now he's back for revenge wearing black and gold. The narrative writes itself, Skol Nation. Think about the storyline brewing here. Earlier this offseason, there were whispers, discussions, and speculation about Aaron Rodgers potentially joining the Vikings. Our front office had conversations with him, but ultimately, we chose to believe in J.J. McCarthy and our young core. Now, Aaron Rodgers gets his chance to prove we made a mistake. This is going to be J.J. McCarthy's ultimate coming out party. Picture this. The young quarterback who said he wants to go to war with his brothers getting his chance to prove himself against one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, in front of a global audience, in one of the most historic venues in sports. Aaron Rodgers will be playing for Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, bringing 21 seasons of experience and 4 MVP awards to this showdown. But J.J. McCarthy? He'll be playing with the heart of Skol Nation behind him and the hunger of a quarterback who missed his entire rookie season. From a narrative perspective, this is pure gold. J.J. McCarthy gets to prove that the Vikings made the right decision in not signing Rodgers. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers gets to make a statement against his buddy Kevin O'Connell and show the world what Minnesota is missing. The early morning Dublin kickoff is going to have Skol Nation waking up at dawn, coffee in hand, ready to watch our young quarterback announce himself to the world. But that's not even the most shocking part of this incredible Vikings story unfolding before our eyes. Skol Nation, prepare yourself for the most brilliant chess move that proves Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is building a championship fortress in Minnesota. The June 2nd financial windfall from Garrett Bradbury's release just opened the door for the most perfect defensive acquisition. And his name is Mike Hilton. Listen up, purple and gold faithful. Mike Hilton isn't just any cornerback available in free agency. This man is a proven warrior who spent years terrorizing AFC offenses with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Cincinnati Bengals. We're talking about a defensive back who knows how to shut down slot receivers, blitz quarterbacks, and make game-changing plays when everything is on the line. With our newfound $5.25 million in cap space pushing our total to nearly $19 million, Mike Hilton represents the final piece of our defensive puzzle. Think about what this means for our secondary, Skol Nation. We already have talent, but Mike Hilton brings that championship-level experience and versatility that transforms good defenses into legendary ones. Here's where this gets absolutely perfect. Mike Hilton spent 4 seasons with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the same team we're about to face in Dublin against Aaron Rodgers. Can you imagine the inside knowledge he brings about their offensive schemes, the revenge factor, the pure motivation of facing his former team on the biggest international stage possible? Mike Hilton is exactly the type of player who elevates everyone around him. His ability to cover slot receivers would be absolutely crucial when we face teams with elite passing attacks, and his experience in high-pressure situations is exactly what J.J. McCarthy and our young team needs as they develop into champions. But here's the question that's driving Skol Nation crazy with excitement. Is Mike Hilton the right man for the Vikings? The answer should be obvious to anyone who understands what championship teams look like. This man has played in playoff games, faced elite quarterbacks week after week, and knows what it takes to perform when the lights are brightest. Picture this perfect storm. Skol Nation, J.J. McCarthy ready to go to war with his brothers. The epic Dublin showdown against Aaron Rodgers and Pittsburgh waiting in Week 4. And now the possibility of adding Mike Hilton to lock down our secondary and bring championship-level experience to our defense. The timing couldn't be more perfect. With summer operations heating up and training camp approaching, adding Mike Hilton would send a message to the entire NFL that the Minnesota Vikings aren't just building for the future. We're building to win now. Skol Nation, this is what championship construction looks like. While other teams are scrambling and hoping, our front office is methodically adding the perfect pieces at the perfect time. Mike Hilton wouldn't just be another free agent signing, he'd be the exclamation point on a defensive unit, ready to support J.J. McCarthy and our explosive offense. The question isn't whether we can afford Mike Hilton. Thanks to Adofo-Mensah's brilliant planning, we absolutely can. The question is whether Mike Hilton is ready to join Skol Nation and help us write the next chapter. of Vikings legend. Smash that like button if you think Mike Hilton is exactly what we need. Drop a comment with your thoughts. Is he the right man for the Vikings? And subscribe if you want the inside scoop on every move that brings us closer to that championship we've been dreaming about. As we stand on the brink of the most exciting season in Vikings history, with J.J. McCarthy ready to lead, Aaron Rodgers waiting in Dublin, and the possibility of Mike Hilton locking down our secondary, one final question remains. Are you ready to witness the rise of a championship